I'm jealous. You ready?
Yes. Yes.
Hello, 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 lovely people. I am Helena Richardson, CEO and IT consultant with HRichnetworks. HRichnetworks is a woman-owned web design and development company. We help businesses get online and grow online. So today I am here with Ms. Menefield, right? Menefield. And this week we've been doing a few interviews with some of the founding members of the Richmond Heritage Federal Credit Union. Thank you so much for helping me. I'll just say that. That's good. So today we are going to ask you a few questions if you don't mind. You sure? Okay. And so we're going to get started. So, well, let me tell you a little bit about the credit union. The credit union is located at 50 West Commerce Road, that's Richmond, Virginia 23224. Randy Cooper is the president and at this historic location. So let me just get him to come in right quick and tell you a little bit about the credit union.
Thank you so much. Just sit down. Hey guys, again, first of all, we want to thank everyone for joining in. This is really a fantastic opportunity for us here today. You're going to hear from one of the individuals who's started working at the credit union, who really just paved the way for all of us. And in fact, she really helped put this heritage in place. I've talked to many other people and they all told me I needed to speak to her. And so she was gracious enough to allow us to come into her home and have a conversation with her. So again, I'll let you guys finish up the interview. But thank you so much for doing this for us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. So, Ms. Menefield, I'm originally from New Orleans, so I don't have a whole lot of history behind Virginia. But as I was driving in, I saw a couple of graveyards, and we have a lot of graveyards in New Orleans, so it reminded me so much of home. And then I also noticed like the streets were named after the states. So can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, originally, the streets were not named for states. They were like 1st Street, 2nd Street, 3rd Street, and then you would have an avenue like Chamberlain Avenue. And this area that they have the streets named as states, they were later developed.
Oh, okay.
Because this used to be just like farmland, and it was near Memon Park. And then this was developing for whites.
Oh, wow.
And so the streets have not always been named for states. Then over in the east end of the city, the streets were numbered. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. And then when you went to Church Hill, they were still by numbers. And then you had Marshall Street and Gray Streets, but they were all in the other sections. They were not in the cover, whatever you call them, section.
Oh, wow. So, are you originally from Richmond?
I was born here.
Oh, wow. So, one thing is, we don't ask women their age, all right?
Well, I'm not ashamed of my age, because most people know me, know that. Well, maybe this is going out in the airways. I don't know what I want to say.
Oh, but it's totally up to you. You can say whatever you want. Okay. So, so let's see. So how long have you been, let's talk about the Richmond Heritage Credit Union. How long have you been a member, and you were one of the first or second employee?
Yes.
Wow. So tell us about that.
Well, it was originally named Richmond Teachers Federal Credit Union. And it was formed by about 10 teachers and principals because they saw a need for us to have an advantage of borrowing and saving. And we joined, when you joined, you bought one share. It didn't say in dollars, they said you purchase a share.
Mhm.
That was $5, and the joining fee was 25 cents. So you could become a member for $5.25. You were encouraged to serve so that the money would grow and they would have funds to loan out to members.
Mhm.
Because as you know, back in the day, loans and things were limited to people of our color. And as it grew, then they had money to loan out, and it was at a lower rate because most people had to go to what they call the small loan companies, and they had exorbitant rates, interest rates. And they were not, just like I said, they were just bleeding the blacks. And so as the teachers joined, and those that were already there joined and began to save, then they began to lend money, and they borrowed, and they bought household supplies, they bought cars. Some had down payments for homes because at that time we did not finance homes. So it was a plan for them that they could really participate in and not feel like they were being robbed by exorbitant interest rates and all like that. And then the shares, we used to pay very good rates, so they got money on their money, and the interest rates were lower than other institutions. So it just grew.
Wow.
You in numbers, and one member would tell another member, and they would encourage their friends to join.
Awesome. Well, again, would just love to thank you again for inviting us into your lovely home, and just seeing the pictures of your lovely family and so forth. And the other thing out is just want to let everybody know what's going on. For those of you who are just joining on, we are interviewing founding members of the Richmond Heritage Credit Union, and it's located at 50 West Commerce Road, Richmond, Virginia. Randy Cooper is the president and CEO of this historic credit union, and we are interviewing the members just to find out a little more about what happened back then, and just in the presence on just bringing more people in, because for me, I never knew you were here. And actually, I live right up the road from you and went to church right down the street. And I never heard of the credit union, but just interviewing you guys, it seems like you guys are very close, and it was like a family.
It was like a family organization. And people felt family because of the closeness and uniqueness of the members and the employees. And we didn't have very many employees at that time, there were only 2. So as the credit union grew, we grew. And then we used to do everything manually before we went to the computers.
Okay, so what was your role at the credit union?
Well, I did a little of everything because there were only 2 of us there, Mr. Foster and myself, and he was the manager. And he interviewed and processed the loans, and we had a supervisor committee, and we had a credit committee that had to, review the loans and pass on them. And I guess I did a little of everything.
So tell us a little bit about Mr. Foster. What was he like as a supervisor, and just being back there, being a black man in that type of role? I know, you maybe have gotten to know him a little bit, but just tell us a little bit what he was like.
Well, Mr. Foster was a very kind and gentle person, and everybody was crazy about Mr. Foster because he had the nickname Skip.
Oh, okay.
And the Foster family was well known in Richmond, so everybody knew Mr. Foster. So nobody felt that they were strangers when they came in the credit union. They'd say, "Hi, Skip," or something like that. So he was a little lenient, and he could be stern, but he was very, very pleasant in dealing with the members. And all of the members that we had, I never heard anyone say anything that was not, was very negative. Because they just felt at home, and they felt like it was a family, and we made them feel like that.
Okay.
And you didn't feel like you were going into somewhere that it was strange and you were afraid to say anything. You know, like some organizations, everybody's stiff. But everybody was pleasant, and we tried to be pleasant along with them.
Oh, that's great. So did, you guys were down on Second Street? Is that where you were? Or you were in this, on Commerce? West
No, I
Commerce?
was down on Second and Clay,
You were
in
Second
the
and
Virginia
Clay.
Mutual Insurance Building.
So did you go to the new building?
No, I had retired.
You're retired? Okay. So, what was it like back then, during that time of the year? Was there like a lot of businesses in that area?
Well, not really. The corner of Third and Clay had the Southern Aid Insurance Building. And they had just the insurance company there, and then they had one or two other businesses. And on the opposite corner, which was Third and Clay, used to be a restaurant. And then later on, it closed, and a doctor's office was there.
So were they all black owned?
The restaurant was white.
Okay.
But the black-owned business after that was Dr. Halstead Howard and his office there. And you didn't have the businesses on Second Street going south, which was too broad. Well, you had a restaurant and a beauty shop and things that were black-owned
Okay.
on Second Street.
Awesome. So, why did you join the credit union? And what was your...
Because I was employed there.
You was employed there? So, I mean, you had to have heard something about it. How did you...
Well, one of the founders, she was not the original, was a Miss Estelle Ward, encouraged me to go and help Miss Ruth Carter. And so I went to help her, not thinking it was be a permanent thing. And it was just part-time. And as the credit union grew, then it still needed me, so I just would work. But just like 4 or 5 hours a day, because it did not stay open from 9 to 5 at that time.
Okay.
So it was very pleasurable working with the members, and I never saw anybody I didn't like. You know, some you had different personalities,
Absolutely.
but I could get along with any of them. And,
Yes.
they were more than just members who came to borrow or save. Some of them would come just to talk. And some of them had problems, and maybe they didn't want to discuss it with anybody else. But for some reason, they would open up to me. And sometimes I really needed the time to do my work, but I never let them know. And after talking with them, they would say, "I'm so glad I talked with you. You know, I'm glad you could."
Wow.
And so we were more than just lenders, borrowers, and savers.
Yeah, it reminds me of the barbershop. You know, in the barbershop, those are the kind of things that happen. People get to really express what's going on at home, and that's where, you know, you get to bond.
Yes.
So that's great. That's great. So, why do you think people should join the credit union today?
Well, it's still a business that caters to, I won't say our race as such, but caters to people who are in need of borrowing as well as saving. And they don't seem to have to go through the hassle, although we have to run credit checks, because if you loan the money out frivolously, then naturally you're going to have a lot of losses. So you have to discern who you think is going to be a good saver or a good borrower or just a good number. And so along those lines, well, you know, there are different personalities and different people join for different reasons. And some join to borrow, knowing that they're not going to be located in the area. But you didn't know that. So some took advantage, but very, very few. They all seem to, after they joined, seem just like working with the credit union. And coming to the credit union, and some, like I said, would just come by to say hi. I was in the area. So it was a friendly business at that time.
Sure.
Everybody felt family.
Awesome. So, you do one more thing for me before we close. In closing, look right up there and just tell the viewers that you would like them to come and visit the credit union so that they can get that experience that you just was telling us about?
Well, all of it's open to more than just teaching land.
Yes,
That's correct.
Yes, ma'am.
And I would encourage the younger generation as well as the seniors to become a part of the credit union, because for one thing, you're helping your own people, and then you're getting interest rates that are lower, and the interest rates on shares now are not as high as they were then, because it's not high anywhere. But you feel more secure because it's federally bonded, and it's just a family type thing, that's something that you would like to join to help your own.
Thank you so much. So we just heard that from Ms. Menefield, and Ms. Menefield, so guess what? You guys need to come on down at 50 West Commerce Street. That's Richmond, Virginia, 23224, I'm sorry. And again, I'm Helena Richardson, CEO and IT consultant with HRichnetworks. Thank you guys so much for joining in, and we'll talk with you soon.
Tell them to come on down, they'll be glad they did.
Yes. Awesome.
Which one?